Welcome back. So, in between the parts, I tried to spell out the word cake on the map. It didn't go well. It didn't go well. It didn't go well. I'm sorry, I tried. Anyway, we need to speak to everyone around here once again. So, let's start with Kevin. Again. I see. So your dialects both originate from the northeastern region of central Zumeria. Seems so. That's the place my grandpappy was born and raised, after all. And you mentioned being from Emerose, right, Kevin? Yep, one of the middlemost of the free cities, right to the south of Arteria. Wasn't a lot of people who sound like I do, though. You find it more in the boonies up northways. Funny, once had a Liberlian merchant for a client, and she mentioned having roots in the free cities too. Uh-oh. I think I know just the girl you're talking about. You sure do cast a wide network though, Arkwright. Even got old chummy with two of my colleagues through Master Bearguard, right? And now you've got a whole nother slew of names to add to the list. Yep. Yeah, well, chummy is a strong word in those cases. But yeah, between the Thor's crew and Ironblood number 1, it's been a lot of first meetings. Even you, I haven't seen in a while. Is someone content to stay cooped up in his narrow little slice of Edith, though? This sort of thing's way out of my comfort zone. Ah, Joey. You got friends in high places from the Guild to the CID. And your inside tracks under the table go deep in the just hay way. To say nothing of his connections at Marduk. All of it can be attributed to his personal magnetism, I'm sure. Can you lay off the overselling before it puts me smack dab in the middle of Alsame and Ikaruga's crosshairs? Throw some Liberlian rolls or Edibonian witches in on top of that. Edibonian witches? There's no such thing. And then I'll really have a meltdown. Alright, keep your shirt on. Yeesh. I'd rib about you jinxing it for yourself, but you genuinely sound one slap out over this. Unsurprising, infra reggae and philosophy is a core tenet of Mr. Arkwright's style, as it were. Well, not to sound like Master Bearguard, but if it means forging more ties, that's something to be valued. You tie a tie, you don't forge them. Oh dear, that's swords, Kevin. Friendly advice, though. You might want to rein back on cozying up to that den of snakes. Tripled heart. Got a bit more serious there, didn't you, Kevin? He's us chilling, having a laugh, and you bring up the society. Sorry to come down so hard. It's not like I don't have my fair share of contacts there, too. But even if I take him over the cult or Almata. The Almata. I'm trying to remember how they said it now. Some of the heretics they got are nothing to laugh about. That includes a handful you're all too familiar with. Like your good pal, the Oathbreaker. Whoa, come on, pal? That's a stretch. Familiar and pal are strong words there, yeah. But I get what you're trying to say. Ain't something you gotta hammer in with me, though. Only ever judge people for the people they are. That is true, that is a virtue of fans, I would say. Still, I'll watch my step. Wouldn't want to get into hot water with your old self now, would I? Oh, I've long washed my hands of that. Just try to keep off Iscariot's radar, alright? He's no longer the heretic hunter. Oh boy. Underneath the goofball exterior, he's still a top-class grouser to through and through. Yes, that's why you gotta keep your watch around him. And according to Marduk's data, he went by a more grisly title until 6 years ago. Yeah. The past is the past. What matters is how one lives in the present. Though perhaps that rings a bit odd coming from me of all people. Oh. I wonder if that's one of Falcom's little... just ignore it kind of lines. Don't pay attention to it. But if you look into it a bit more, there's more going on with that, because we still got the whole idea of like something happened to her which caused her to require a mechanical body of some sort. But there's also that element of me thinking about the time loops as well, and maybe Rosette's caught up in that some regard. So the past to her could potentially be the future, or a future, a version of the future. So that's why it'd be weird coming from her, because her past hasn't happened yet. If that makes sense to anyone out there with all the theories we've had going on in the past. Keep a pin in it though. Rosette? Oh. Mirabelle, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? Oh, hush up and take a hug. I swear you really are such a... Mirabelle, please, we're in public. No, I don't mind the rubberneckers. Giving you a big old squeeze is my only order of business right now. Oh dear. This is all a misunderstanding. Oh dear, oh dear. Again, that feels like typical Falcom, where they've said something significant and then hide it behind a joke or something silly. Like, even though it's like Mirabelle's trying to comfort her and like maybe she doesn't understand completely what was being said there. It's got those feelings of back during the Cold Steel days for me, where it's like you could read certain lines from different points of view and be like, wait a minute, that's what you meant. I've got that feeling with that one. There, with Rosette. Man, what a sight to behold. Friendship between women is a beautiful thing. Not like I disagree, but I don't want to see you trying to worm your way in between them. Got it? Of course. That'd be a crime even the goddess wouldn't forgive. But, Arkwright, do you think it's kind of harsh to suspect a priest of thinking stuff like that? It's you, Kevin. Anyhow, it's not like I'm a stranger to seeing wholesome moments like that one, that's true. I remember a childhood friend of mine being absolutely smothered with affection because of how cute she was. I've known Rosette for a long time. I know all sorts of things about how she operates. On top of that, I've been looking after her since back when she wasn't able to move on her own. So I feel like I understand her spirit better than anyone. Yep, definitely gonna give that girl another hug later. Yeah, we need to learn what happened in your past. Like your past doesn't necessarily mean the past. That's the thing I'm getting there. That Mirabelle, I suppose you could say she's the overly affectionate type. But still, I'm the person who I am today because she stuck by my side. Mirabelle has been watching over me for a long time, since even before I obtained my current body. I suppose she had developed a special attachment to me because of that. In that regard, I can't say I dislike the pleasant side of her at all. It's an expression of how she truly feels. Oh, it's nice though. It's nice though. Let's go with the lapis table this time. Oh, Van, that cake early was absolutely delectable. It makes me wish I paid the original shop a visit with Nadia while infiltrating the Imperial capital 2 years back. I don't even know where to start with that sentence. But wait, you ate the whole thing already? Look, specialty cakes like that are something master patissiers pour their entire souls into. So the code is mille fruelle. The creaminess, the crispiness, it's to die for. Listen, you. There, Van. But, wow, Lapis. Sure have a big appetite. Remember you staring holes into the food at Monmouth, too, back when you were a fairy. Seconds away from drooling, even. The sorry sight had Yume dead set on feeding you. Even in her previous body, she was an unfathomable glutton. But this new stage of development likely allows her to consume more than ever before. Bad news for Swin and Nadia's savings. I'll bet a certain rock's got a nest egg hidden away. Oh. You snagged yourself some sachet too. The place it came from's gained a real high-end rep over its long history. Must be a rare treat, even for an Erebonian. Actually, a close relative of mine has a fondness for it, so I do get some from her on occasion. Milliam! I mean, I'm assuming, who else could it be? She's been holding off nowadays, though, out of consideration for her weight. Weight? Her latest fixation is pretzels, per the recommendation of our cross-Belen acquaintance. Ah. Oh, now you've got my attention. That got to be Kia, though, right? Pretzels are made from a totally different type of dough, I hear. Fill me in on what those are exactly? A pretzel is a dense, chewy bread made by twisting dough, then baking it. From sweet and savory salted honey to crispy bacon-wrapped, every kind is worth a try. Oh, that does sound tasty, and a good fit for the field rations too. Yeah, one theory even says that they were first made in monasteries as a shelf-stable food during the Dark Ages. They've all eaten so much, and yet their dessert discussions are no less lively for it. I'm sure it would even lively with Milliam and Juna here. I'll be Juna. I was thinking because of the nature of how they came about. Because Kia has similar origins to Altina and Milliam is what my thoughts were there, but I was like, could it be? And it's like, oh yeah, Juna. Juna makes more sense. Okay. I've been traveling around lots of places with Rufus. And everywhere we go, I get to try all kinds of sweets, not just pretzels. Considering this is Lapis we're speaking of, every restaurant she visits is a great risk of being eaten out of business. I believe Milliam and Juno would be exceedingly jealous were they to catch wind of this. Since I came to the Republic, I've seen so many new kinds of sweets. But I'm super curious about the ones Lapis has tried while traveling too. Are you wondering about that too, Van? Now that you mention it, yeah. Once I've saved up enough mirror, maybe I'll tour the continent and try out all the sweets Zumeria has to offer. Either way, I want to hear the details from you later, Lapis. Sure, fine by me. He's looking at me so intensely, it's a little scary. It's like you took his cake away. He had to get the backup. Rufus has taken me lots of places, and I've tried lots of different foods at every stop. If I had to recommend somewhere to you, it's gotta be Valis. Or Valis. Oh, but if I'm recommending Valis, I guess that means that Thorndyke guy could also give you some tips. Hold up, you're really asking me to talk to Thorndyke about sweets of all people? Worth a shot, why not? I like the sweets from back home and all, but there sure are a lot of different kinds of sweets in the world, huh? This past year, I've learned about so many things I never would have known while I was still living in the village. And after meeting all the people here, I want to learn about new stuff even more. Your passion for sweets is truly remarkable, Mr. Arkwright. There is someone very close to me who also has an insatiable sweet tooth, but how should I put this? I can sense how driven you are. I'll take that as a compliment. Not a bad thing to be passionate about what you love. Yes. Right, let's go over on here. Yeah? What? It is an honor to meet you once again, young Divine Blade. Neither the Empire's campaign nor the subsequent crisis in Crossbell would have reached a resolution were it not for you. Oh no, I couldn't have done it without the help of all my friends and allies. Father I mean, Bergard and Marduk had a hand in things too, I'm told. Indeed, though Marduk's cooperation was more closely aligned with Operation Mille Mirage. Yes. We called upon the various Jaeger Corps across Zumeria and facilitated their contract with the Weissland army. I hadn't realized. If anyone could have pulled that off, it's your company. As for myself, being unable to act in any official capacity, a modest bit of assistance to the Radiant Wings was the best I could provide. This hardly compensates for that, but allow me to express how proud I am of what Gaius and his wind was able to accomplish with all of you. It just doesn't get more dependable than him if compared to the rest of Class 7. was so pure you had... So pure? He was so sure you had passed away all the way up until late last December, was it? Yes, our first reunion in 3 years. I'd expected some measure of anger, not from Gaius. No, the winds wouldn't allow it. But instead he simply embraced me without so much as a word. A finer disciple than I deserve, that one. That sounds like him, alright. I made Father Gaius's acquaintance the other day. It's just weird hearing referred to as Father Gaius. As a result of Marduk's technological partnership with the church. He is as exceptional a youth as they claim, diligent in his self-betterment, and as mighty as any dominion. Above all, his abilities to become one with the wind. There we go. Would that my sister could follow his example. Wait, are you saying... Ah yes, I've heard tell of this from their elder. Sup? But supposedly the people of the Nord Highlands share a common ancestry with the Kruger. Yes, though not at all a recent one. Our connection is best described as that of a distant kinsman. Around 1,000 years ago, during the chaos after the Great Collapse, the Nord tribe migrated from the Central East to northwestern Zumeria. The Kruger, on the other hand, remained in the Central East, with each tribe vowing to act as protectors of their respective regions. I never knew. Such is also written in the testaments, making it more fact than mere folklore. It is in part due to my curiosity over that very verse that I was compelled to travel to Nord. And you ended up finding another disciple there. Call that fate at work. From what I hear, the Nord tribe taps into the breath of the winds. And the Kruger flames... Apparently those winds did their part in helping the Empire's curse blow over. So exactly what role are the flames meant to play? Well... You've grown, Van. Pressuring such an incisive point at this of all moments. Truly, have you done credit to your reputation as a dropout discipline? To put it in Mother Celice's and Father Leon's terms. Well, excuse me for not being a valedictorian. And for the record, compared to Gaius, those two are practically still thumb-sucking little rugrats themselves. Now, be at ease. Consider this a friendly student rivalry of sorts. How? Nihon disses me like a stab to the jugular. Regardless, I've already distanced myself from the Kruger tribe's charge. It will have to be Freda who gives the answer you seek, or rather, who uncovers it alongside you all. Triple dot. Forget it. Dancing around a topic is nothing new for you. My apologies, but this is genuinely the best I'm able to answer. Although, there is more I can divulge were you to become her groom and thus a brother of the Kruger. Whoa, warn a guy before you start busting out the crazy hypotheticals. And since when have you ever smiled like that? Looks could kill. It'd be capital murder. An overreactive imagination on your part. It's Rain. Looks like expectations weigh heavy on him. In every direction at that. Much like yourself in the recent past. Do try to foster a cordial relationship if you could. Of course. I was already hoping to. Oh dear. Say what you will, Van, but it's good to see you making the rounds of everyone. True, there may be those here who are just as wary of becoming involved with you as they are of Marduk. But even so, I'm sure that if you take this opportunity to form good connections, it will be beneficial to you in the future. Knowing you, I'm certain you'll be able to form fast friendships here, particularly with the people from Thor's. By the way, you got some kind of business to attend to after this? If I had to guess, I'd say it's got something to do with the current state of things, just like you being invited to this field test. Any chance I'm right? Yes, that's correct. We were given invitation by a source that I probably shouldn't name. Can't really get more specific than that. But anyway, we accepted primarily because there are things we want to find out for ourselves. Once we meet up with our other companions, we hope we'll be allowed to move around as we see fit. After we complete our business, of course. So he's looking off to the left. Must be talking about friends who didn't come with him from the Empire. Guess some of them are in the Republic already. If that's the case, you might end up needing a hand from someone living locally, don't you think? Yes, well, knowing someone in the area certainly will make things easier for us. For now, a friend of ours working in the Republic is expected to handle those arrangements. Nice, sounds like you got it covered, but if you end up needing any help on the Republic side, don't hesitate to ask, yeah? Thanks, it's reassuring to hear you say that. It does make me feel a little guilty for not being able to share any neat details with you, though. The way he's talking, I think I've got a good idea who Schwarz is planning to meet up with. Guess it all hinges on where they plan on taking action. Well, if it comes down to it, I might be able to offer some indirect support through his connections. Sorry, I can't share any more with you than I already have. Nonetheless, I want to thank you for your kind offer. Depending on the circumstances, I might have to take you up on it. The two of us meeting here like this must be fate. The choice of Steins Gate. If you ever need assistance, we'll gladly lend a hand. Now that we've had this chance to talk, I think I'm starting to understand why Fee and Toa trust him. Oh, is that who you're on about? If you wish to learn about the Kruger way of life, you want to observe Farida as she discovers it for herself. Naturally, were you to become my brother-in-law, there would be more I could divulge, but you will need to be prepared to face the consequences. Not to single you out in particular, any man who would become Farida's husband will need to demonstrate to me the depths of their commitment. You've got a real sister complex there, you know that? It's like, dude. No. You, Arkwright, making the rounds again? Well, of course. Also never stops for you, does it? I could stand to learn much about driving business from a self-employed man such as yourself. This ain't about talking shop. Your little trio just had so much combined fishiness that I could practically see the stink lines. Sounds rich coming from me, I know, but on some level, I'm the most stand-up guy here. Might have to give you that one. The both of us do share a dark history, as well as an association with a certain letter of the alphabet. I see. I also seem to recall appealing to the Azure Chevalier during my tenure as the Noble Alliance's Chief of Staff in the Civil War. Oh yeah, that did happen. Maybe put it in a way that doesn't make us sound like a bad situationship, though. It's true that there's no particular amity between us. Even so, fate has tied us together, however loosely. With your freelancing practice underway, I'm sure the time will come, when I will have need to hire you. Use and abuse me more like. So, what are you mixed in with these two for? Hashing out the contractor work Mirabelle brought up? It is as you surmise, yes. There are some minor points to discuss, now that they, like you, are external testers for Marduk Total Security Company. Well, in my case, I can't really expect a lot of backing. So I'm getting some from them in exchange for trial running a new, well, let's call it vehicle. Vehicle? You know the situation with Lapis well enough that I have no need to explicate mine any further. Though it bears mentioning that it is largely due to the goodwill of Meister Jörg after his transfer to Marduk. Again with the casual secret spilling. Not that Ren hasn't already filled me in on that. As for this trial run, I think I'm catching on. Guessing it has to do with where you're heading after this. My lips are zipped. At any rate, Marduk has made external testers of us all. Now, what say we capitalize on this opportunity to deepen our bonds of camaraderie? Pass from both of them. Look at their faces. A perfect match. So delightfully in sync. I'll be expecting great things from you all. Alright, that's probably about all I can poke and prod around about. Looks like the cogs are turning in more places than I imagined. Whatever. I have to break this off and kick back with a good cup of tea. Selecting take a cup of tea. Or a tea break. Yeah. Take a tea break. From the travel menu will cause the main story to advance. I'll check in on these three again though. Say, Arkwright, you're really into cars, that true? Yeah, I suppose you could say I'm a bit of a gearhead. I even drove here in my beloved Nightbreaker. Put a lot of elbow grease into customizing her. Think we're gonna get along just fine. I've always been a bit of a nut when it comes to orbital bikes and stuff too. Forget the chance. Might be nice to show off our machines and have a chat about our favorite rides. A man after my own heart. I'll be looking forward to it. Now that I think about it, I did hear Umbrust had a hand in the development of orbital bikes in the Empire. Actually, that's not all. He had a whole different kind of ride he was pretty fond of too. Yeah, I think it was a blue color? You know, I brought a new bike from work just a little while ago. Made some customizations of my own too. Glad to know we got more in common than just work, Arkwright. By the way, you're Swin and Nadia's boss, aren't you? Heard the two of them were taking a trip back home. You planning to meet up with them somewhere? Yes, though that's not to say I'll be following them to their hometowns. We've already arranged to meet elsewhere. In fact, I believe they should be setting out for there shortly. Okay, guessing you'll be headed that way soon then. Meeting up elsewhere, huh? From how he worded it, doesn't sound like they'll be getting together at one of their usual haunts. But as for where that is or what they're up to, I ain't got a damn clue. Those two are going to have quite a long journey ahead of them, and immediately following their homecoming trip no less. Well, they're both used to traveling. Moreover, I believe Nadia will be pleased with her location. I don't foresee any issues on that front. If there's any cause for concern, it will be about what happens after we meet up. You assisted with the good Meister's relocation as well, did you not? Rest assured he was able to comfortably settle into a workshop back home, all thanks to your efforts. Why, if you're feeling up to it, perhaps you should drop by and give him a visit. I'd like to. Right, so let's take a tea break. Is that all there is? Yeah. From what I can see. Take a tea break. Oh, lovely cup of tea. Oh, yes.
I'm glad to see everyone enjoying themselves so thoroughly. If I could have all your attention for a moment, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I would like to once more offer my sincere gratitude to everyone for their cooperation in our trial. Though we had some concerns due to the tight schedule the products were made under, the data from the test results surpassed our expectations. Over the next few days, we will work to fix any and all issues that were discovered and have an update as soon as possible. So, to both our external testers and to our guests, I'd like to extend my heartfelt hope that we continue our mutually beneficial relations.
I'm really not sure what to think about all this.
Yeah, always be on your toes with this guy.
Yeah, he reminds me a little too much of the head of the Black Workshop. Still holding out hope this place isn't nearly as bad, though.
Even so, I can't help but feel it has just as many secrets.
Yikes. I was definitely the right guy to send here. Poor Gaius just ain't cut out for this shady stuff, and Celeste probably would have ended up leveling the building somehow.
Oh, no doubt.
Knowing her, you're probably right. But then again, are you really so different?
I'm certainly very thankful for this new body. But we owe a fair bit because of it now, don't we?
Indeed. It wasn't simply a gift from the Meister. It was also a bit of a clever trap for us by the General Manager, or perhaps even the C-Suite.
C-Suite?
As I'm sure you're all aware, our company is in full cooperation with the Republic's bold new initiative. However, due to a majority of our internal resources being allocated there, There are certain tasks we've been unable to deal with. As such, some of you may find yourself contacted with a proposition in the days to come.
Why are you looking at Altina?
Of course, we've no intention of forcing any of you. If you happen to be interested, however, we'd gladly welcome your continued cooperation.
Are you offering her a job? Triple dot.
She okay?
Yeah, what's going on here?
I remember hearing that Altina works with the Empire's branch of the Epstein Foundation.
That's right. Is it perhaps...
I can't really say much about it. Just think of it as another one of our general manager's sneaky little tricks.
But that's enough business talk for the evening. For now, we've prepared hotel rooms for all of you. Your accommodations are at a high-end hotel in the center of Levance. I invite you to rest there and recover from your exertions. Oh, pardon me. My apologies for the interruption. However, I've just received some news I suspect all of you will be interested in as well.
Well, get it up on the monitors.
A live broadcast from Calvert has begun airing. I'll take the opportunity to put it up on a monitor so we can watch.
There we go.
Now, as per the sudden announcement from the presidential office, the launch of the second orbital rocket is about to take place. As outlined in the initial plan, this will be a trial run to confirm pilot safety for the manned flight plan in the third launch.
Wait, what?
Wasn't the launch scheduled for 2 weeks from now?
It would appear the schedule was bumped up.
Why? Yeah.
It seems preparations are complete and they're ready to begin the countdown.
We've been granted access to the on-site 3D camera. Ms. Alton, please switch the feed over to the AR system.
Oh, come on! You can't just dump that on me out of nowhere! At least we're gonna have the best seats in the house.
It's like we'll be there.
Whoa. This the same AR tech from the trial?
Beginning countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Getting the shards there. But to be fair, what else is there to see at that point?
We're back.
That's as far as the AR was able to follow from the 3D camera feed. The rest, we'll just have to watch from the camera on the satellite.
A place that even Elysium was unable to reach.
Yeah.
A little smirk just appeared on my face, considering all my theories.
A humanoid unit, huh?
Which means the actual thing they want to send up there must be...
One of the Republic's assault frames. But wouldn't its balance be a problem?
This is the Comms and Observation Satellite, Prometheus 4. Connection with the simulated manned flight frame, EXD completed. Cockpit temperature, 68 degrees. Airtight shield, functional. Oxygen ratio, nominal. Return mission will begin after designated 24-hour observational period.
I hereby declare Part 1 of Project Star Taker's second phase complete. Provided the EXD unit's return is successful, we'll proceed immediately to Phase 3.
Why Star Taker, though, as a name?
Today's launch was moved forward without notice. However, we plan to have the Presidential Office issue an announcement prior to the next one. I expect we won't keep you waiting for long. And as always, we ask for your continued support for this project.
This has been live coverage from the command center at Zeku Space Base. We'll have more details on the project schedule once the test dummy's return mission is complete.
Lots of nods going on.
Shall we hurry back to the Republic?
Yeah, looks like things are really gonna start speeding up from here on.
I've completed my interim reports, so I'm free to return to my transfer assignment.
That's great! Let's all go back together then. Kasim, Mirabelle, Mr. Thorndyke, thank you for all your help.
Time to go home.
After seeing that test dummy, there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, it's probably the real reason behind our unofficial invite to the Republic.
Along with your partners, right?
Partners?
Right. My machine was brought from the Imperial Airport, disguised as civilian airship cargo. You brought yours in from the Free Cities, is that right?
Yeah, I just finished setting up a cozy little spot for myself there. Thanks to all this, I owe the local authorities a huge favor now, though. But the Republic really went out of its way to take care of all the costs and negotiations involved in this trip.
What could they be up to?
That begs the question, why are they so eager to have you in Basel? And I must say it worries me that Rufus is also active again now of all times.
I know what you mean, but I don't think he'll be making the same kind of suspicious plays that he did 2 years ago.
Worrying about that guy's motives is a waste of time. He seems to be on the same page as that manager guy for now, anyway. Oh, but that reminds me. What was all that about before?
I'm guessing something's happened with the Epstein Foundation?
Yes. In fact, I just received word from Chief Plato that... Oh, there you all are! Hey everyone! Over here!
It's Mint! Yay. I like Mint.
The time is nigh. The 8 leaves must come together as one, and cut a path to the land where the heavens turn.
Oh.
It is after your fateful clash with the Black God that you will find your true blade.
I can't stop thinking about how strange that space program is. Not only that, but the fact they were so easily able to reach somewhere even Elysium couldn't is shocking. What are we going to do, Rufus?
Given the way things are at the moment, I don't intend to make any big moves. Besides, we still need to get your new body sorted out. For now, we'll meet up with Swin and Nadia as planned. We can treat it as a little vacation.
New body sorted out?
Okay. I wonder what Nadia and Swin will think of my new body.
Don't know what your previous one looked like, but I can say for certain that this one is just jam-packed full of cute.
What the?
That Rosenberg guy doesn't mess around. And of course it helps that you're such a charming little lady on your own, too.
Why?
Why, I'm glad you agree. You know, your name isn't too bad either. 70 points? No, definitely a 69 on the cuteness index.
Nice.
Hey now, ain't that kind of stingy? And what did my poor name do to lose that extra point?
The fact that she acts without regard for others' feelings is simply part of her charm. And just for reference, my name scored an 85.
You're really keeping score. You're really oh my, Rufus.
Just had to rub it in, didn't you? Man, I'm catching it from all sides today. For real, though, I'm grateful for the ride.
For real?
Even if I'm only going to the Levance airport, I really wanted to avoid all the bells and whistles of a Marduk send-off.
Okay, well, that at least explains that.
It's my pleasure. However, given who you are, I imagine you could have flown anywhere you wanted without help.
It depends. There was that talk of like upgrading what they had, so.
Fifth Dominion, the Thousand-Hand Guardian. Or perhaps you've changed your title again. I suspect what you were looking for wasn't just a ride, but a chance to discuss something with us away from prying ears?
Huh?
You got me. Figures that I couldn't pull one over on the top dog of the Ironbloods, the villain who plotted against the world. I couldn't talk about this earlier since Arkwright's master was there. But now, it's time for us bad guys to make some moves. You see, I've got a job to do. I'd like to hire you to help out. What do you say?
Oh, Kevin.
Perhaps I stirred the pot a bit too much. All of their selection as test members was entirely up to the risk management AI. But, well, I suppose it's true that we were able to resolve a number of outstanding issues thanks to them.
You can be a real slimeball when you want to be. You could have at least told Reset the truth, you know?
It was a necessary step, considering what lies ahead. First, the President's office pushed Phase 2 up without any advance notice. And now, taking into account the schedule for Phase 3 they just sent us, we're only barely going to make it in time.
But that's... what is that good-looking, good-for-nothing president even thinking?
Alright, calm down.
I don't care what kind of shifty stuff is going on behind the scenes. Ain't he rushing just a bit too much?
Is it just me, or does she, like, try to tone down her accent at times when she's trying to be more professional? I get that feeling, but I'm not sure, though.
Even so, if we were to push back at all, everything we've worked for may just go up in smoke. We can leave the issue of the Garten entirely to the Foundation, so I want everyone to devote their full focus to this. We simply must bring forth all the resources we can muster, all for the Republic's dear Project Startaker. Or perhaps I should call it the President's plan to drive a blade into the heavens.
Oh, there we go. Campe? Okay, all these names and everything.
Stupendous. Things are getting even more fun than I'd hoped.
Campanella? Just what is the meaning of this?
Novartis?
I got your message. I thought we agreed that you'd be helping with this, so why are you pulling out at the last second?
Sorry, my bad. I just got really busy here all of a sudden. Everything on the surface has gotten so complicated. I don't have any time left to be helping out behind the scenes.
It's far too late to back out now. Besides, isn't Harwood freed up? I'm well aware that someone needs to act as an observer, but just leave it to him and easily.
Well, that'll be tough. Seeing as the old man left on a business trip yesterday, he asked me to just keep things moving along.
What?
Yep. He said it was part of the third plan and approved by you-know-who. And thanks to that, I'm utterly swamped with work. The best I can do is help you out here and there in my spare time.
Forget it then. I don't need your help. Damn you, Harwood. I cooperate with you on every possible occasion, and this is what I get in return? Fine. Since it's come to this, I'll simply have to go to the enforcers who are available, even if they're still wet behind the ears.
The new enforcers? I don't think our 2 newest members are really in a state to help at the moment. Might be kinda tough for most of the others, too. But these 2 might just have a bit of time.
I don't know those ones. Do I?
Oopsie! Sorry, Campy. Have to pause the stream real quick, you know?
Greetings. It would appear you're in the middle of your observation duties. I take it you're looking for assistance?
Perceptive as usual. I like it. That said, I'm not the one in need of help this time around. I'd like you 2 to give the professor a hand with his project.
It was something to do with Marduk, if I recall correctly.
That prof? Well, I guess I do owe him a favor, so as long as he's cool with me working remotely.
Much appreciated. Even though this isn't a front-and-center job, it's still very important. After all, it's part of her final plan. The long-awaited 3rd phase, the Eternal Recurrence Plan.
Oh dear. That's the end of the prologue. So now we see, basically, whether or not we can continue the demo. 5,000 meta has been placed into your account as a reward for completing the taking of the Valhalla sector by storm for SPG request.
Those are impressive results.
Oh, thank you.
That's just about perfect.
SP in rank, it's the same as what we had in Daybreaks.
Hooray for me!
Indeed. Well done, Ferry. Well done. And, again, assuming the same there, we get some extra stats. Ouroboros channel? Short time prior. We're going to get anything extra from this, or is it just kind of like a little replay? Because this just seems the same as what we saw previously.
This is the comms and observation satellite, Prometheus 4. Connection with the simulated manned flight frame, EXD completed. Cockpit temperature, 68 degrees. Airtight shield, functional. Oxygen ratio, nominal. Return mission will begin after designated 24-hour observational period.
Okay, we knew that. What the?
Sup, chat? It's Ouroboros, Myroboros, Ouroboros. That launch, though, literally out of this world. And the fact I got it on stream, so godlike. Look at Mr. Dummy floating around. Cute. Wait, hold up. This viewer count's popping off. That tracks, though. This is some real historical-ish. Anyone who missed it's in for some primo FOMO. Can humanity really touch the stars? I'll be keeping major tabs, so stay tuned for those deets, Ouroboros. Anyways, that's all for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Ouroboros? Banned. It's just... What? I mean, I know we had some VTubers and stuff like that appearing, like Katra and stuff like that, but what? One from Ouroboros? Oh my. Well, anyway, let's make a save. And that is currently the end of the demo, so we'll obviously end this part here, and we'll see you mid-January with the rest of Trails Beyond the Horizon. I already got my theories going all over the place in my head at the moment. Like, for instance, here, on the menu, so we got Zumeria down there. Why are there so many rocks just floating? Why are there just bits of space debris there and not falling towards the planet? Why does everything seem to be in sync in the sky? Because it's like it's an image, or a firmament, you might say. A projection. Made of shards? Again, just so many thoughts and ideas coming off of that already. Anyway, yes, we'll end this part here then, and we'll see you with more trails beyond the horizon when it comes out properly, you know. So we'll see you then. Ta-da for now.